Welcome back to New Rockstars. I'm Vanston, and by the time I finish this sentence, 8 more Mario trailers will be out. As you may know, as I was filming the last breakdown, 2 new trailers surfaced. And if you don't know that, it's because you didn't watch the breakdown until the end. Noted. Really though, if you missed my last 2 breakdowns, go watch them. Now these weren't huge releases like the first 2 trailers, which is why we unfortunately couldn't find high quality footage of either of them. Looking for details in these gave me flashbacks to when I was in denial that I needed glasses and thought that everyone couldn't see the faces of performers at shows. Anyway, let's jump into the slightly blurry Easter eggs I was able to find. Starting with the first trailer, it opens with Mario and Luigi venturing around a sewer system in the human world, judging from the lack of color and cartoonish style. Gray pipes? Ew. They're assumedly on a job, but it looks like they haven't explored this particular area before as they look around in awe. I'm really hoping we're gonna get a scene where Mario enters a room that just has one lone green pipe and that's where it all begins, but either way it looks like we will be getting the plot of them being on a job before accidentally getting sucked through a pipe and ending up in the other universe. Then we see them in that in-between pipe dimension and we do indeed get that losing grip moment I predicted in my second breakdown before they're sucked off into can't use that phrase. Before they're whisked away into separate pipes, Luigi going to the one pipe surrounded by dark and foreboding clouds. Rough luck. We're introduced to a new enemy from the game called the Bram Ball, and then we're shown a red hot air balloon flying towards Bowser's airship. Hot air balloons aren't new to the Mario games, and although we haven't seen this exact one before in the games, it's the same one that's in the Luigi promotional poster where he's getting chased. That combined with the fact that the next shot is Luigi captured and being led by ropes through Bowser's castle by a Sniffet and 2 Shy Guys, and the 4 red pixels in the hot air balloon that I can make out from this blurry footage that I'm assuming is a Shy Guy, I would say this is probably the Shy Guy / Sniffet's hot air balloon. When my eyes aren't glued to a computer screen, they're glued to my phone, because I'm playing Raid Shadow Legends. Raid is what would happen if you took a superhero movie-sized budget and made a mobile game. It's awesome. Raid has star power. They've released a legendary champion based off MMA and pro wrestling legend Ronda Rousey. Ronda fights dragons and ice golems with her bare fists, and her backstory is pretty cool, taking some inspiration from her background in combat sports. Ronda's true potential as a fighter became obvious as she took on 4 knights barehanded. She's the queen of the arena and an awesome character you definitely want to have in your roster. And you can get her for free right now, whether you're a new or longtime player, just by logging into Raid. All you've got to do is log on and play Raid for 7 days between now and February 20th, and Ronda's yours. That's it. If you use promo code RAIDRONDA, you'll get a bunch of helpful stuff like a 3-day 100% XP boost, 500k silver, and 5 full energy refills. They'll love your Ronda, so she's at the top of her game. If you're an Amazon Prime member, you can get even more rewards. If you haven't started playing Raid yet, now's the time. Click the link in the description or scan the QR code here on the screen and you'll get unique bonuses worth $30. That's a free epic champion, Ina, 200k silver, 1 energy refill, and 1 XP boost, and 1 ancient shard so you can summon awesome champions as soon as you get in game. This bonus is available for new players only and will be waiting for you in Raid right here. Next, we get to see Bowser's throne, which has a hint of his throne in Super Mario Galaxy 2, but looks like it's in the center of this giant version of him sitting, so he sits on a throne of him sitting. Look closely and you can also see that he already has acquired a star which is floating above him. Then we're shown Mario and Peach stepping through a parted waterfall to get to a hidden balcony. The waterfall closes behind them as the platform departs, showing that it's one of those classic cool secret waterfall exits, which I've been dying to get for my apartment, but my landlord ain't having it. We see a new painting in the background, but if you thought the paintings were blurry before, try adding 720p footage to that. There's water and land, and that's what I got till I can see a more clear version. But we can tell the platform balcony they're standing on is the same one from the obstacle course scene, which you can tell via the lamps and goal pole base. So when it takes off, they're more than likely headed to the obstacle course. And we then see more of that obstacle course, where Mario is jumping from Bonsai Bill to Bonsai Bill. Now let's talk Bullet Bills versus Bonsai Bills. This is a Bullet Bill, this is a Bonsai Bill. Ever since New Super Mario came out in 2006, Bullet Bills only have arms, no mouths, and Bonsai Bills only have mouths, no arms. Prior to 2006, Bullet Bills only had mouths in roughly 20% of the games. Bonsai Bills always had open mouths ever since they were introduced in Super Mario World. In the last breakdown, we talked about how Bonsai Bills almost always fly in a straight line once fired, which is true. However, Mario Odyssey was the first game to ever break this tradition, so they might continue on that path moving forward. There are also Cat Bonsai Bills and Bullseye Bonsais, which always hone in on Mario, but those are different and not what these are. Now, they'll more than likely call them Bullet Bills in the movie since it's designed to appeal to the mass audience, but since they haven't called them that yet in the trailers, all I can do is look at the information we're given and base things off that. While the eyes look a little different, the size of them, the open mouths, and the lack of arms most closely resemble bonsai bills in the current canon Mario universe, so that's why I refer to them as such. But back to the training course, this shot shows Mario leaping from bill to bill with ease, eventually punching the crap out of a wooden Bowser, giving us a "the grasshopper is ready" moment that presumably ends the training course portion of this movie. On to the next trailer. Mario and Toad are walking through the mushroomed area, and I've skipped past saying this before, but the white birds and yellow butterflies you see flying around are from quite a few of the games. Fun fact, those white birds are just named little birds, and I love that. Toad says that Mario's brother has landed in the Dark Lands that's under Bowser's control. Dark Land is the final world of Super Mario Bros. 3, and in the game is where Bowser's main castle stands. Then we're shown Toad Town, and it kills me that I can't see the background clearly, because you know there's so much stuff back there. Here's what I can make out though. First off, the ground is the same color as Paper Mario's Toad Town, and the lampposts are similar too. There are all sorts of stands and fruits that are quite reminiscent of the ones in Delfino Square and Toad's Harbor in Mario Kart, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see more of the fruits that were prominent in Super Mario Sunshine. There's a fountain in the middle that looks to me like 3 Cheep Cheeps facing in different directions. Looking at the buildings, there's a mushroom building with what looks to be a giant frying pan through it, which we'll come back to in a bit. Below that, we have what looks to be a cute toy version of a mushroom attached to a building, which could maybe indicate that it's a toy store. There is a place called Toad's Toy Store in Toad Harbor in Mario Kart 8, so they do have toy stores in this universe. And on top of that, there looks to be either a satellite or maybe a surveillance camera, it's hard to tell. In the background, we see little floating islands like in the promotional poster that have a big Super Mario 3D Land vibe, and then in the foreground we can see that a passing Toad is shocked to see Mario, telling us that humans don't come by too often. There's also clearly a very shady deal happening over here, but we won't talk about that. In another shot, we get what look to be little coin ATMs with the treasure chest symbol from Super Mario Bros. 3 on it, and a Toad licking a lollipop off to the side that looks a lot like the Pops Taste tea makes in Paper Mario. Thinking back to the house with the giant frying pan sticking out of it, and we may be getting an introduction to the chef in this movie. In the following shots, we see Builder Toad, first seen in Super Mario Maker, and this other blue Toad staring at Mario, who I like to imagine is that same Toad as before, who's just following Mario around and never ceasing to be shook. We then get a better sense of their complex pipe transportation system they used to get around town, and I gotta say, I'm just as perplexed as Mario. I can see that the thumbs up light comes on when the pipe is clear for use, but I def would have thought that that red leaf sign pipe would have led to that red leaf sign pipe. Although my next working theory is that both of those pipes would have led to the leaf sector, if you will. I will solve this logic puzzle. The final little detail we see in this trailer is that when Mario finally does make it to Princess Peach's castle, the pipe he comes out of is in the center of a golden plate shaped like a star, and there's little star detailing in the balcony railing, which is just a lovely touch. And that's all the new Mario footage we have so far. I'm afraid to blank, honestly. But what or who do y'all think is gonna be the next one to be introduced in the trailer? I'm so excited to find out. In the meantime, you can follow me on Twitter at @It'sAnnaVanston, and follow and subscribe to New Rockstars at New Rockstars for more breakdowns of everything you love. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll just take this pipe to get out of here. Crap.